If Bob is not performing as well as he used to, you can diagnose the problem with a simple home checkup test. To put Bob in checkup mode, first flip his power switch off. Next, hold down the checkup button on his cover. While still holding down the checkup button, flip Bob's power switch on. Bob will chirp 3 times to let you know he is now in checkup mode. Do not press any additional buttons. Step 1. Edge sensors. The 4 bars above the word Checkup should be lit on Bob's display. These represent Bob's 4 edge sensors. Lift Bob about 6 inches off the ground. You should see the 4 bars turn off. If all 4 bars turn off while Bob is lifted, place Bob back on the floor and continue to the next step. Step 2. Wall sensors. To test Bob's wall sensors, you will need a flat white surface. Drag your imitation wall around the front of Bob's bumper. The 5 bars below the word Checkup should light up one by one. If all 5 bars light up, you may move on to the next step of the checkup test. Step 3. Touch sensors. It is now time to test the responsiveness of Bob's touch sensors. Press the left side of Bob's bumper and the bar to the left of the word Checkup should light up. Press the right side of the bumper and the bar to the right of Checkup should light up. Press the center of the bumper and both bars on either side of the word Checkup should light up at the same time. If both bars light up correctly, you may move on to the next step of the checkup test. Step 4. Charging station. The charging station must be synced and plugged in for this portion of the checkup test. Press the Go button on Bob's cover. Next, place Bob directly in front of his charging station about 1 foot away. Keep Block Plus away from Bob so its signal does not interfere with this portion of the test. The words Deep Clean, Quick Clean, and Touch Up should be lit on Bob's display. Deep Clean and Touch Up represent the station's 2 internal signals. If either one of them fails to light up, then there is likely something wrong with Bob's charging station. The word Quick Clean represents the signal on Bob's front. Cover the small hole on the front of Bob's bumper and Quick Clean should disappear. If all 3 words light up correctly, you may move on to the next step of the checkup test. Step 5. Block Plus. Block Plus must be synced for this portion of the test. Unplug the charging station before proceeding. Block Plus emits a barrier from his left side and another from his front. Both must be turned on for this test. To turn on the left barrier, press the left arrow button. To turn on the front barrier, press the forward arrow button. Place Bob directly in front of Block Plus, about 1 foot away. The word Deep Clean should light up. This means the front barrier is working properly. Now turn Block Plus so that the left side is facing Bob's front. The word Deep Clean should light up again. This means that the left barrier is working properly. If Bob responds to both barriers, you may move on to the next step of the test. Step 6. Display Screen. Press the Go button on Bob's cover once more. Each icon on Bob's screen will light up in a repeating rotation. You are now testing Bob's display screen. If every icon on Bob's screen lights up, you may move on to the next step of the checkup test. Step 7. Brush and Suction Power. Press the Cleaning Mode button on Bob's cover. Both the side brush and main brush should start rotating, and you should feel the air flowing from the back of the dustbin. If Bob's main brush is having difficulty rotating, Bob will let you know by indicating on the screen that there is something funny going on with his main brush. If Bob's vacuum motor is behaving oddly or if his dustbin has been removed, he will indicate that there is something funny going on with his dustbin. Move on to the next step of the checkup test if all parts are working properly. Step 8. UV light and wheels. Lift Bob off the floor to keep him from running away. Next, press the charge button and his wheels should drive forward. Flip Bob over and you should see his UV lamp lit. Do not look directly into the UV lamp. Press the charge button once more. Bob's wheels should drive backwards and his UV lamp should turn off. If Bob is having difficulty rotating either of his wheels, he will indicate on the screen that there is something funny going on with either one of them. If Bob completes the checkup test without any issues, then his internal parts are working properly. Contact support at bObsweep.com if you have any questions or notice any issues, as our doctors at the bObsweep Hospital are always ready to help.